tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster. Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Wow, Doctor Who before it was turned to shit, right? Oh, man. Glory days, right? Glory, and they all were the Doctor, right? As was Capaldi. The Captain. Again, when Doctor Who comes back, I'm praying it's a reboot, right? And then, look, if you want to, it's a real answer my prayers. It's a reboot, and then they do something to, like, connect it to original Doctor Who while jettisoning everything after Capaldi, right? And that would maybe, I've had my fan fiction going on in my head for years how that happens, and oh boy, will that be great to happen, right? But yeah, it's a shame, really, because I know, will it be a reboot when it comes back? Because people who don't know what they're doing very much try and like cling to the member-berry legacy of whatever it is they're working on. Essentially to give themselves legitimacy, I think. Sorry, wrong way around. Oh, I'm sorry. You're getting me I'm quite a bit out of sorts, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind telling you. I was sick today, but I can't even describe how I was sick. I was just a bit. I couldn't work. I was like in a daze, really, most of the day. It was very strange. My daughter-in-law's on. She's in hospital right now with she's pregnant, and she might be on bed rest for the rest of the pregnancy. Probably will be. Like, oh, what a nightmare! What a night. She's probably got to stay there, over Sabbath. So that's like, again, that definitely threw me out of sorts. But then this morning, like I was getting ready to start work, and I bent over and I felt like something my back go, and I was like, oh my god, I had to sit down. Right, and again, I've been like, very floaty ever since then. Right, I really haven't been able to focus at all. Right, I mean, like I can focus on this because I'm interested in it, but I really haven't been able to focus clearly. Right, and I don't really have any symptoms. Like stomach. So I'm like, I got, you know what I'm putting this down to. I'll tell you exactly what I'm putting this down to. So my wife's at that hospital last night to see my daughter-in-law, and then she asked me if I want McDonald's, Coach McDonald's, right? We have Coach McDonald's in Israel, but yeah, so that's a real treat. But I'm like, no, you know what? I'm trying to. It's just garbage, mate. It's garbage for you. It's not good, right? So I'm like, no, it's okay. And then as she's leaving, she asked me again, right? I'm like, oh, and I cracked. Right, so I got I don't know, Royale, whatever it is, and fries, and again, the stuff. I mean, I love burgers, right? I love burgers. I like greasy burgers. My favorite burgers is as I talk about it quite often, it's the wings burger. Oh man, okay. I always go looking for a picture of it, and I do I ever find it? Let me have a quick look. Okay, 1 second. I bet I do find it on Wings Israel Photos. Oh, was that it? There we go. Images. There you go. Comes right up. Hang on. Copy image. No, copy image address. That's what I want to do. You go doink. Teeny tiny little image. There's nothing bigger. Yeah, I'll do. That'll do, I guess. Man, that is a small image. Let's see what happens when I share the screen. Hang on. Share screen. I mean, this really is a bit of a pointless cutaway, I have to tell you. But, you know, we're here now. I'm invested in it. It's happening, right? It's happening. There you go. Can I make it, like, bigger? How about I do that? No. Hang on one second. Where we go? Doink. There you go. Good enough. So, yeah. Okay, for you who don't eat kosher, right? This looks like a burger. It's got incredible fake cheese on it. In Judaism, you don't have cheese and meat together. It's got incredible fake bacon on it. We don't have bacon either, right? It's got just the right amount of pickles. It is awesome, right? That's my favorite. So anyway, I cracked and had at McDonald's last night, and I think I've been feeling sick because of it, right? The stuff is just like battery farm garbage, right? Steer clear is what I would recommend. Steer clear, right? And although it's so weird now because I go out so rarely, I'm always blown away by how things have changed. Like every place has like that giant like iPad that you order from now, right? All the fast food place, even this teeny tiny place, Wings. I'm like, really? Like everybody has it? Okay. I guess if you have like an app, which every place needs to have an app, it's the same thing, right? It is totally the same thing. So anyway, so I've got that going on. And I was in like floaty form today, so I really didn't get any work done. I got a couple of like non-work related things sort of done, right? Which, but anyway, I just couldn't focus at all, right? So I ended up watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So that's what I got to about 3-4 o'clock. Right, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I normally finish at 5, right? But like again, I was just floating, and I will say from like most of the season, was this season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds woke? It wasn't good, but was it woke? Here, let's do an episode guide. Star Trek Strange New World. Question is, will I even remember the episodes? Right? I bet I won't. It's so unmemorable. Here, 1 second. And I think tonight's episode really showed up what's wrong with it with this series, right? And it was built on quicksand. Essentially, the setup they've had pretty much since season 2 is a failing one for exactly the reason I always said: too many bloody chicks. You know, get rid of Lan Noonien Singh. That's Christina Chong. Just get rid of her, for goodness sake. She's really not for. I mean, she'll be good for something else. She's not good for this, right? I will say get rid of Carol Kane, obviously, just totally miscast. Get rid of Lieutenant Lesbian Latinx, Lieutenant Ortega. Right, and like, how fucking lazy is that? Like we're gonna have a Latino character. Shall we name her after shall we name her after a brand of Mexican food? Yeah, that sounds like we're not racist, right? I mean, that's exactly what they did. Oh, and the other thing. So tonight's episode was it focused on her, right? And it really it highlighted what's not working with that character. And so you start off, you see like her quarters, and she's got like these little toy Spitfires and planes that she's made because she's such a pilot. And the thing is, she just doesn't sell it at all, right? When you went to TNG and you saw like Data's quarters, that he had little mementos in there, and that rang true. This looks like this looks like exactly like it was, like it is. It was made in the era of high woke, right? It was like conceived in 2019, 2020, the era of high woke, of peak insanity, right? And they wrote a male character says, let's cast a lady to play this character, and it just failed completely. And look, it's not her fault, whoever named the actress is. It's just like, you know, and they have her, she's a lesbian being played by a straight woman, you know, like it just doesn't work, right? It really just genuinely doesn't work at all. Anyway, so they focus on her, and I think much into the dead. And again, they're building on quicksand, right? But it wasn't woke, right? I have to say it wasn't woke. So let's have a quick run through the season. Hegemony Part 2. That was more of an action adventure. Certainly wasn't woke, right? Certainly wasn't woke. All I have to say, the Gorn only really became a good adversary this episode. You need an episode like this, a enemy in mind kind of episode to really make an adversary work, I think. Wedding Bell Blues. That was the one where Spock's all excited for Nurse Chapel to come back, only to find she's dating another bloke. Shuttle to Kinfori. What the hell was that one? Let's see if anyone. I recognize the name. I have no idea what it was about. Shuttle to Kinfori. Let's see if we can find out. Oh, that's the zombie ones, right? Okay, that was a zombie. Not woke. Well, I mean, not particularly good, and like none of that's really been particularly good. Like Hegemony Part 2, I'll give like a 6.5 out of 10. Wedding Bell Blues, I'll give like a 3.5. Shuttle Kinfori, 5. A Space Adventure Hour. It was basically a holodeck story that was very insulting to the original series, and they thought they were just having so much fun. Again, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Right? Through the Lens of Time. What was that one? What is Starfleet I didn't see? Hang on. Through the Lens of Time. What was that one? Chapel and Corby's quest to uncover the next step in human evolution leads the Enterprise to a planet where ancient ruins hide deep within. I have no memory of this one at all. Star Trek. We'll do Star Trek Through the Lens of Time. Yeah, I maybe I didn't see this one. There's Klingons there. That looks like they're in a Klingon environment. I vaguely remember that alien. Right? That's the one where this guy gets killed, right? I really don't remember it at all. I'm sorry, I don't. But I don't think it was woke, right? But it's not a good sign. This came out on August 7th, right? Just under a month ago. I can't remember a thing about it. The Sheila Who Ate Its Tail is a reasonably good Kirk origin story. What is Starfleet? I didn't watch. I couldn't get through it. Just looked. I got about 10 minutes in. 4.5 Vulcans was, but I can't talk about what is Starfleet. 4.5 Vulcans, was that woke? Well, I had Pound Oswalt in. No, it wasn't woke. Okay, it wasn't woke. And neither was tonight's episode, Terrarium, which is essentially it was Enemy Mine. What's the name of the TNG episode that was? Hang on, it was like. Oh, it was like a season 3 episode with Romulans. Star Trek. The Next Generation. Let's see if we can find an episode guide. Because it was kind of similar to that. It was in season 3. I mean, season 3 or 4, I should say. Am I going to recognize it just by looking at it, right? It was a good Formula 1 Transfiguration Manager Troy Sarek. Oh, was that a good story? Oh, fuck me. Most like all of these are better than anything I've seen. Like most toys, Holopus was fun. Tin Man's great. Sins of the Father. I think yesterday's Enterprise. I mean, holy shit! I forgot how much good how good Star Trek there was. Right? Holy shit! Was it The Price or The Enemy? What's The Enemy? Where? Oh, so it is a Romulan one. Oh, is this the one where? What's his name? Crush. LaForge, right? LaForge has to work together with a Romulan. So it's wow. Look at me, And then you had the Defector, which was like the end of that good Romulan part, right? Is that the one we had Commander Tomahawk show up in that one? Let me see. Played by Andreas Klaus as Commander Tomahawk. Oh man. Andreas, best known for Jakar, of course. Oh, that was great. Jakar was fantastic. But yeah. So wait. Was the Defector the one where they had the Klingons show up at the end? Yeah. Fine. That was a cool one where you had, the Romulans sprung a trap, right? And I remember you had like 3 warbirds decloak around the Enterprise, and then you had like 4 birds of prey decloak around the Romulans. Yeah, that was fantastic. Mate. I mean, like, really? They got 10 episodes. Holy shit. Great episode after great episode. Okay, one second. Let's just Evolution. That's a fair episode. I'm going to get... And look, this was how many years ago? This was 36 years ago, and I remember it. From 1 month ago, I don't. Right? Evolution, that's the... that's the one with the little robots and Wesley. Yeah, I'll give that one a 6. That was a bit of a weak opener. Ensigns of Command. That was a good one, wasn't it? Where it was like command training. This was the Data one where I had to talk to everybody about leaving the planet because the Shellyak are coming. Big blobby people. Oh man, they were great. Survivors was good. That was the one with the guy from Twin Peaks. No, that's who watches the Watchers. Survivors were the 2 like superpowered aliens. He destroyed all the entire race. The Bonding was a Data story, right? A Booby Trap was that the Plaqueheads? I think it was the Plaqueheads. Hang on a second. It's the Leia Brahms story. Did Georgie end up? He did end up with Leia Brahms, didn't he? In the end, God, I hope so. Right? I'm still chasing that tail. The Price was they were negotiating a wormhole. Yeah, Deanna Troy. Look at me. I'm doing well remembering these. This is good for someone my age. Hunted, I vaguely remember. Deja Q. Oh wow, man, that was a great Q story. Wait, which one? Deja Q is the one where where Q shows up at the beginning. He goes, red alert. Right. Matter of perspective. What's the High Ground? High Ground Hunted. Again, I think these are just good, interesting stories. Matter of Perspective. Yes, it was a classic. What's Matter of Perspective? Okay, that's kind of like a murder mystery of the week one, wasn't it? Is that the one where he's Riker's that's the one where Riker is somewhat framed for murder. Right. Yesterday's Enterprise bring back Denise Crosby. Offspring, that's Data's kid. Sins of the Father, great Klingon episode. Oh man. Allegiance, I don't remember. Yes, it was in it. Starfleet Academy, however, was it? Picard is sleeping in his quarters in the Enterprise after a successful completion of the mission and is abducted by an unknown device. He finds himself in a cell with the... Oh, right. Again, they did a... they had a Doctor Who direct-to-video thing, much like that, right? They had to work out who the bad guy was. Captain's Holiday, that was when he was on Riser, and Riker asked him to pick up a little shagging idol, right? He had that little idol he had kept by his feet, right? Which meant, oh yeah, I'm up for sex, right? Until we found out. Tin Man, again, a great. I think the guy in it was it Merrick? Was it like the guy who played his son, Colmini, Harry Grown? Oh no, it's Harry Grown. I never heard of him. Never mind. Yeah, but there was this like living spaceship thing. Hollow Pursuits is the Barclay or the Barclay sex addiction on the holodeck, essentially. Most toys, Data's kidnapped, and all these are great. By Weirdo Collectors. Sarek is, oh my god, I love that story. Right, that episode, it so sells. You know, Sarek's, I mean, Mark Leonard's fantastic in it. Patrick Stewart's fantastic in it. The mind meld he has with Sarek, and he can't control his emotions. Right, Menage a Troy is fantastic. That's Frankie and Alexander Troy. So Transfiguration, I remember being reasonably shit. It was Geordie turning into a see-through alien or something, and then you got the Borg, the best of both worlds. Inform Starfleet Command. We have engaged the Borg. Da, 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 da. It was like all that big dramatic music. Oh man, look at that! 26 episodes. How many do I think are gold? Right. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13. I would say 13 or 14 out of the run of the. I mean, my God. Fuck me. And how many have gold hit? None. Da, 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 da. I mean, just utter shite, right? Utter shite. There is some Star Trek news out I heard about the next season, but should we look it up now? I mean, does anybody really care? Here, was it Star Trek Strange New Worlds? Ooh, do, 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 do. Oh, was it? I want Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I wish it didn't reverse course in that moment. I wish it just reversed course in every stupid thing it's done. Review. There should be some news. I saw news. No, they were just reviewing the latest episode. Anyway, we go back a little bit. Star Trek actor left enraged about sci-fi show's first ever musical episode. Oh, please. Now I saw it's Dr. Gay. Who cares? Right? Who cares? No, I can't see it. Rage, no. Oh, Alien Earth was incredible. I just saw the mention of that. I thought there was some new Star Trek Strange New Worlds news. I guess not. I take it back. Yeah, we'll try relevance again. Be free to watch in the UK soon. Well, that's interesting. Patton Oswalt was terrible in it. Oh no, a month ago. Leave me alone. Yeah, I don't know. If there's news, I don't bloody know. Right? I don't bloody. Oh man, I just forgot to talk. This is not what I wanted to be talking about. I got so sidetracked into this. Oh, bad Rabbi. Should we get into this now? Because it's going to think. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the Graham Linehan story is fantastic, and it's completely blown up in their faces. Right? It's like England looks like the laughing stock of the world now. Right? It absolutely looks like the laughing stock of the world. Especially with Star Wars. No, we value our freedom of speech. So he what's the word? He launched Graham Linehan released on his Substack, I believe, a recording he had of the actual arrest. Right? So to get you up to speed, in case you don't know, Graham Linehan, who wrote the sitcom Father Ted, didn't like weird men in women's toilets, right? He thought women should have their own spaces, right? He spoke out about it and basically had his life destroyed. So he ended up moving to America and like restarting his life over. But he had to come back because a trans activist weirdo was suing him. He had to go to court. As he got off the plane, he was met with not one, not two, not three, not four, not five officers, 5 armed officers, right? 5 armed officers, policemen, came and arrested him like a terrorist for making offensive tweets, right? And he ended up being... then that drove his blood pressure so high, he nearly had a stroke and had to be in, was it A&E? For like 8 hours for observation. Anyway, here's the audio he released. Part of his conditions of bail was he wasn't allowed to go back on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, these people are such scum, right? But anyway, so he published this through Substack, right? The moment of his arrest, and you can hear how awful this is.
It's alleged that on the 19th of April 2025, you published a post on X that was deemed to be intended to stir up hatred, insults, violence.
Okay, again, this was how many? April, May, June, July, August, 5 months later.
What was the post? I'll tell you.
I can't tell you that. What did I say? I can't tell you that at the moment. You put that in front of any jury, he's getting off, and it is ridiculous beyond ridiculous.
You sure? Comedy writer. You're under arrest. I'm under arrest. You know what this country looks like to America.
You look like a joke. Yeah, England looks like a joke to the world.
Do you know what it looks like to America?
He doesn't sound happy. He sounds like he's on Father Ted.
I'm going to sue you into the ground. I'm going to sue you into the ground.
I hope he does. I hope he sues the City of London. I hope he sues Sadiq Khan into the ground.
I'm going to sue you into the ground. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you all. I dare you. I dare you. I'm going over here. Some people are
Sir, calm down.
Sir, calm down. Fuck you. You're the fucking Gestapo. Dragging me away for saying that chicks with dicks are not really chicks. Right? I mean, literally. Calm down, sir. Oh, no need to get excited. I mean, no, I think there is, actually. I think there is,
There are no chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits.
That is true. That is true.
There's no need for it. There's no need.
There's no need for it. Fuck you. There's total need for this.
There's no need for it.
Okay, there's no need to come with 5 armed officers to arrest me, an aging comedy writer.
Yeah, calm down. Sir.
I've been surrounded by trans activists for 8 years, and then you guys are working for them. I'm infuriated. You scumbags are working for assholes that go into women's toilets.
Yep, that's 100% true.
Please let go of me. I'm not going to take off. You don't me for standing up for women's rights. Don't off me.
Well, okay, I'm glad he... I don't think they did cover him in the end. But, oh boy, again, like, how stupid does Britain look? Well, look a lot more stupid now because Nigel Farage, again, not a huge fan of Farage. I would much rather see Rupert Lowe. It is Rupert Lowe as Prime Minister. Appeared before Congress to tell you what's going on in our formerly great country of Britain.
Acquaint with the charming Mr. Raskin.
By the way, Raskin, he's one of the people I am so ashamed as a Jew. Right? Again, I like, oh my God. This is so shameful as a Jew, right? That he did this. that he intimated that Farage was a terrible racist against free speech because he said that you opposed protesting the war in Gaza. I'm like, what fucking kind of Jew are you, Raskin? Oh man, come the Messianic age, you'll be the first up against the fucking wall, right? Oh god, I mean that metaphorically, and it goes, if there is a Messianic age, it won't be that bad, except for him. And I'm like, what a piece of shit. Anyway, so this is a long clip. I don't want to do the whole thing. But speaking about how crazy free speech has got in England. It's shocking to anybody who hears it.
Since then, the Online Safety Act was put in place by the last Conservative government. I don't doubt for a minute they're good intentions, but sometimes the road to hell is paved with those good intentions.
I doubt their good intentions. I think the road to hell was paved with their complete inefficiency, right? Ineptitude.
And we are now where we are. We have a couple of very famous cases. We, of course, have Lucy Connolly, who put out an intemperate tweet after the savage murder of those 3 beautiful young girls, she herself, a mother who had lost a child. It was intemperate, it was wrong, but she removed it 3.5 hours later, sentenced to 31 months in prison. She's now out, having served 40%.
I mean, it's not as shameful as having the police and the council protect raping gangs, child raping gangs. That were grooming children who are white because they're sluts and they deserve it, right? That's literally what they said, right? That's like having tens of thousands of girls raped, right? Gang raped by a disgusting group of pigs. Right? I can't even imagine. And then treated like criminals afterwards, right? That's pretty darn shameful. Right? So, like, the Lucy Connolly thing, I don't think really compares to that. But, man, that is so shameful. 31 months in prison. Right? I'm glad, thank God they let her out after 18. You know, but, like, it was disgusting.
Of the time, I wanted to bring her with me today as living proof of what can go wrong. Sadly, the restrictions that have been put on her banned her from making the trip, which is a very, very great shame. And we, of course, have the extraordinary events that we understood yesterday of Graham Linehan, the comedic writer, and he put out some tweets months ago when he was in Arizona, and months later he arrives at Heathrow Airport to be met by 5 armed police. Armed police, not a big deal in the USA, a very big deal in the United Kingdom. 5 of them. And he was arrested and taken away for questioning. He's not even a British citizen. He's an Irish citizen. This could happen to any American man or woman that goes to Heathrow.
Please, Trump, put tariffs on England until they drop this nonsense.
That has said things online that the British government and British police don't like. It is a potentially big threat to tech bosses, to many, many others. This legislation we've got will damage trade between our countries, threaten free speech across the West because of the knock-on roll-out effects of this legislation from us or from the European Union. So I've come today as well to be a klaxon, to say to you, don't allow, piece by piece, this to happen here in America. And you would be doing us and yourselves and all freedom-loving people a favour if your politicians and your businesses said to the British government, you've simply got this wrong. At what point did we become North Korea? Well, I think the Irish comedy writer found that out 2 days ago at Heathrow Airport. This is a genuinely worrying, concerning and shocking situation, and I thank you for the opportunity to come here today.
Thank you, Mr. Well said. Thank you, Mr. Fry.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, like that again. I can't believe what a bitch England has become. Oh, it's sad. It's so sad. It really is. Anyway, let's get to the chat. We are the lads from Country Life. I'm looking for the there you go, Doink. Is this it? Yeah, we're at the 4th. May the fourth be with you. There you go. Oh, a bit of Billy action. And Billy animates quite well. Good for you, Billy. Just hang there while we start. Oh yeah, we've got to do more of our Big Finish wrap up, right? You would have thought me coming to Big Finish would have risen their game. No, but nope. Would they be raising colours? David hates it. I bet he does. I bet a little champagne socialist twat. Right, James Gunn Truth Bomb. I haven't read it yet, but it looks like a good headline. We'll see what it is. No Doctor Who until 2026. Yeah, I know. But for some reason, they're still pretending that Disney may re-up and get more, right? I mean, could you imagine they do? I will be shocked. I would genuinely be shocked. Anyway, where are we up to fight here? Billy, you want one of a bit of a boogie, darling? Get down. There you go. Watching Troll of the Title of Mysterious Planet is it in Mindball where Perry is on the beach? Oh God, yes. Oh God, so much yes. I'll be thinking of the Rabbi. I'm thinking that right now. Fine, I've got to find the clip. Yeah, like it's important sometimes that you stop, right, and you smell the roses or the Perry minge. Oh come on, has no number. Oh, there we go. Doink. Go there. Doink. What we're looking for? Doctor Who folder. Colin Baker. Mindwalk. Now, what episode was it, I wonder? Well, there's only 3 to choose from. Let's go for episode 2. I think episode 2 is the most likely. Ah, it doesn't pay this codec? Really? Ah, bar humbug. So, 1 second. How about, do I have the... Oh, here we go. Let's try episode 2 of the... Oh, no, I don't have the non-HD version. Let's try episode 3. See if that'll play. No! Okay, I'm not converting it. I'm sorry, I'm not converting it. But there you go. Yeah, I don't know, but it's not that she's on the beach. It's not a beach. It's like a bunch of pebbles. But she's like, strapped down there. I'm like, nothing like a Perry bondage fancy to help you sleep well at night. No, wait, 1 second. Somebody just told me something. Hang on. Apparently, I was just told, I'm not sure if you've got the same name in the chat, that Julie Hartley Brewer is coming to Israel next week. Well, that's interesting. Good for her. Certainly good for her. Yes, I will try and hook up. The Synth Dimension is aiding Synth Dimension, as is Jonathan Cox, as is OT, aiding OT. Paul Tosland is aiding Paul Tosland. Who has it got? Petey Richard. Season 3 of TNG was great. Season 3, Season 4. Season 5 and 6, I think. Actually, they were really good. I forgot how many good stories there were. Right? Where are we up to? Supergirl's going to be a disaster. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a disaster. I have a lot of faith in James Gunn. Right? Yeah, I genuinely, and I had no interest in seeing the movie until Millie Alcock shows up at the end of Superman, right? And I really like that whole take on the character. I thought that was interesting, right? So, it might be a disaster. I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. Julia, a new prototype Cobra phaser in that episode. Oh, I kind of remember. Yes, it's PD Rich. Commander Tom Long, Jakar was in it. Yeah, I mean, these are great. Matthew Pounder is here. Matthew Pounder. High Ground, aka the terrorist episode the BBC never showed. Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's not the one with Tashia's sister. That was in season 2, wasn't it? Yeah, because she was still alive, right? Ferengi episode on Riser. That was a Ferengi episode on Riser. You are correct, man. Ferengi's on Riser. They would have a good time. Kissing Game season 4. Season 3 seemed pretty darn good to me. The one with the crazy Betazoid and the weird biological alien ship. He's a Betazoid, right? But he always reminds me of the guy who played Kirk's son, who was killed by one of the Klingons. You killed my son, Klingon bastard. Doi and Troy agreeing to be abducted by the Ferengi. Well, you know, Troy's up for a lot, darling. You know, she's a bit of a slapper, I think. Where are we up to? Dr. Gay. Peter was in Annie for 3 days with high blood pressure after part. Oy vey. I'm getting high blood pressure just imagining it, right? 3 weeks union going on to Mark Rowling. This one, Mark Rowling shitting himself. The guy in charge of the head of the Met Police. They're like, well, what are we supposed to do with these rules? Please. Again, if I could wave a magic wand, I would ban anybody who had ever been a member of the Fabian Society, which I'm sure Mark Rowley has been, from being any form of public office, right? There are no good intentions. Michael Grace is in charge of Ofcom. I did not know that. Man, I like Michael Grace, right? Even though he cancelled Doctor Who, I think, again, when I heard him being interviewed, I think he had a very good reason and a good point of view. The guy on the left looked like he was going to say, "Oh, don't know what we're looking." Yeah, Mark Cook told me about Julia Hartley-Brewer coming to Israel. That's really cool, right? Disney may have if it was a Wednesday, but it's a Thursday. They're not. I know, right? Are you excited to return of Greta? Oh God, man, she gets more retarded looking by the moment, right? Paul Tyson hated Supergirl and Superman. Well, there you go. Shame it's not a Farage cheerleader. The Farage cheerleader is a woke clock. Is she woke? I always woke. Sure, I always quite liked her. Look. The thing about Farage is he is. I don't know how he could miss out on winning the next election. Right? I have no idea. Right? I have no idea. Merritt Butler was on the Space Junkies in TNG. Was it season 1? Oh, you are correct, sir. You are indeed correct. Fine. Where should we start with? We got. No, we'll look at this over here. I'm just arranging the order. She cried. Oh God! I look at things I just don't want to have to look at. No. What the hell's this? Oh, fine. This is Shooty Gatwa's review. Okay, this is an interesting story. We'll start there. Actually, we'll start with this one. All right. Should I look up the review from The Guardian for the Guardian UK for their Shooty Gatwa review? Because that's his audience, to be fair. And I think he plays well to his audience. Well, okay, I'm looking at the Guardian website. Where's the search feature? Really? Like the most basic thing you want on any news website, search. No, I don't want to search jobs. I don't want to print a subscription. But really? Oh, man. Here, we'll do this. I think if I do type in Nakuti Gatwa and The Guardian, that should hopefully... There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Here it comes. Fine. So, okay, we'll start over here. We'll start with this. 1 second. There you go. Share screen. Okay, Billy, you've done a fine job, darling. You've done a fine job. Head off into the sunset. Share screen. Doink. So we'll start over here. Kel Surprise. Disney's decision on Doctor Who future delayed until 2026 is bad. Not delayed. Oh, why are you saying delayed? Right? They have until 2026 to make a decision, and they've made the decision. The answer is no. Greta Thunberg is Lord Farquhar. That is so true. That is so true. Right? The guy who played Jahim in Wrath of Khan was the other character in the same episode. Well, I did not know that. Well, there you go. A little trivia, looks like new every day. Did the decision on Doctor Who's future delayed until 26 Bad Wolf. Again, that's when they got to take up the contract, I think. Future of Doctor Who will not be decided until 2026 now, according to Bad Wolf Jane Transit. Yeah, they just want to push it off. Right? Okay, they can't air The War Between the Land and the Sea with everybody knowing that this era is cancelled, right? Because then it's just like, it's they're airing something from a defunct era. Right? It's it was suicide for your ratings. Not that they're going to be any good anyway, but it really means it's going to kill them, right? As I recall, Bad Wolf struck a 26 episode deal with Disney Studios with BBC Studios bringing Disney Plus on board, the international home of Doctor Who. Since then, 2 full seasons comprising of 8 episodes have been broadcast worldwide on Disney Plus to no fanfare whatsoever, along with 2 Christmas specials and 3 2023 anniversary specials, making 21 episodes of the show, plus the final 5 episodes will be The War Between the Land and the Sea, set to air in 2026. And then and only then does Disney have to make a decision whether or not they want... Well, yeah, that's the end, right? I think, oh man, this is exactly what I guessed. It was exactly what I said it would be. Yeah, nobody ever listens to me, of course. Imagine a time when Disney are having huge cuts themselves. There's been slashes in program budgets. They're looking to... I mean, could you imagine if they hadn't have launched the Stream Wars in the era of woke? Right? Can you imagine the money they put into these things? We're actually tasked to make good entertainment. Right? Oh. It's like... It's really tragic. Right? It's really genuinely tragic. We could have been living through this super golden age of incredible... I mean, like, imagine if every Marvel show wasn't shit, but was actually good. Right? Imagine if every Star Wars show wasn't. Imagine Star Trek. There's been so much of it, and they've all been shit. Right? We got like 10 episodes of Picard and 1 season of Strange New Worlds, but basically it's shit. But can you imagine if they actually made something that wasn't like, if they didn't go woke? Essentially, we could have been living in a golden age. Right, but no. And so now, they spent all the money. They pissed all their money out the wall. They don't have any more left. It didn't bring them any subscriptions. It was a total failure, right? Most people subscribe to streaming services because they're back catalog, and most people watch things from no later than 2015 onwards, right? Because after that, it gets woke shit. Like the last 10 years was woke shit, mostly, right? And people are just done with it. It's over. So they're Disney making huge cuts themselves. Again, can you imagine if we didn't have a woke shit Obi-Wan show? It would have been awesome. Baby Leia, fuck me, that was awful. I imagine a time when Disney having huge cuts themselves. There have been slashes in program budgets. They're looking to take the time to balance everything out, to decide what they want to do. They're not picking you, for fuck's sake. What? Yeah, why would you think they're going to pick you up, right? You have not been a success for them. You have not been a success for anyone, right? Despite all the uncertainty, Jane Tranter was confident that Doctor Who was not in jeopardy. Well, I mean, they're going to make more. Okay, fine. I mean, hopefully they'll get back to making Doctor Who like Doctor Who. See, that was not a question of if they return, but when. Again, they're saying Christmas 2026. They can't announce anything until after War Between the Land and Sea airs. And I guess everything's under wraps till then. Right? This represents another shift in messaging from, of course, because they can lie through their fucking teeth. Right? Russell Davis has previously suggested the decision on the program's future would come soon after Series 15. And with the War on Land confirmed, waiting a confirmation date, fans face a long wait. Well, I thought it was going to air this year. I really did. When the Disney will also 2025 will be a Doctor Who free. Oh no, it won't be. Doctor Who free. I forgot we had it earlier this year. They're not. They're not going to be. They're not coming. Please stop. They're not. They're not. Hedging a bit on where Billy Piper's the next Doctor. She's not, and he knows it. She knows they're not. Right. Fine. So what's Shooty been doing? Shooty is now. This is what again. This is the thing that annoys me about Shooty Gatwa. This is his natural environment, like gay theatre. And saying the word gay is kind of redundant, I think. Born with Teeth Rick Money, I got 3 out of 5 stars. Right now, he's playing Marlowe to somebody else in Shakespeare, and I guess they're gay and fuck a lot. Right? Like whenever Shooty's being pitched in, I think, okay, Shooty, we want you to play a butcher, right? And you're gay and you fuck a lot. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. So what they say, how did they only get 3 out of 5 stars? I'm surprised. Gatwa's Christopher Marlowe and Ezra Bluemill's Shakespeare flirt, fight, and write. Okay, not everybody's gay. In Liz Duffy's Adams' sizzling new chamber play. Forget William Shakespeare. This is Christopher Marlowe's moment, starring Edward Bluemill by Lady Jane and Killing Eve as a hard-working, wary Will, and Shooty Gatwa, the important being Ernest Doctor Who, as the randy, troublesome kid. Oh, fuck me. He only plays one character. He really does. New chamber play squirrels the literary titans away in a room from 1591 to 1593, playing out energetic, erotic visions and some other historians suspicious that the playwright's life and Kit's violent death were more intertwined. I just think it's gay people wanting to insert themselves. Well, they like to insert themselves. I'm a big fan of insertion as well, but not in so many places. But it's queer insertion. Stop. I don't think he was gay. I know nothing about Shakespeare, but I don't think he was gay. Maybe he was, but I doubt it. Right? It's a history play. Will chides as Kit bends the truth, and the script of Henry VI Part 1, which the two great poets are writing together. All the more reason to enjoy our imaginations, Kit retorts with the exaggerated flourish of his quill, enjoying historical license. Her character grants her. Duffy Adams whips the competitors. Family. Oh, her is in the person who wrote this, right? Whips her competitors into a frenzy, and then releases them at each other's throat, letting them flirt, threaten, fight, and occasionally write. But the bold imagination Kit calls for in reframing history is restrained by David Evans' staging. 3 walls of Neil Austin's Blind Delights are form the writer's cage on a wooden table on the stage. Bed and barrier and the charge of motion flip-flop from rivals to lovers. I'm like, everybody's gay. There's sometimes earnest outpourings, sitting flush with stabbings, insults, and religious musings. The sharp shock of innovation in the opening scene exists in isolation, with the rest of the show relegated to 2 men prowling around a table, bursts of violence, bursts of violent action, and reserved for mid-act screens. So I'm bored already. Okay, blah 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 blah. The ego pump versions of these 2 men we see on stage would be a delight. It would be delighting to audience and academics to continue to ogle their works and lives through Kit. Would no doubt be fuming at Will's star, having so drastically eclipsed his. Again, it's on. So it's only on for 2 months, September, October. All right, but again, look, it's everything has to be gay. I don't understand it. Like, what? Literally, we got to make everything gay. What was everything else again? Oh no, cat just came in. Hey, Whitey, how you doing, darling? 5. So that was that. David Tennant's wife flooded with support after horrendous death threat. I don't know why she got a death threat, right? But I'm gonna make a guess. Maybe it's good. She's a irritating cunt. I mean, she seems like one of the most awful people in the universe, right? She seems like, look, she's led David Tennant by his nose and say, "Hey, David, How about flushing away all that charisma and love the whole world had for you, right? How about doing that? And we could, just be obnoxious champagne socialist cunts together. And he went, oh, yeah, but let me be a bit more pussy whipped to you first, darling. Doctor Who star David then got married Georgia in 2011. The pair originally met in the BBC drama where he played his daughter Jenny, well, sort of. David Tennant's wife has been flooded with support from fans and friends after horrendous death threats aimed at her online. What for? I mean, again, oh God, she just is like an awful mother to me. Really genuinely awful. But, I'm one of the sort of people who think there are no trans children, just terrible parents. The pair originally met a long running. Okay, fine. Georgia got married in Doctor Who. The pair originally met on the long running TV series. She recently took to Instagram to share the terrifying ordeal and added screenshots. Well, tell me more. The Harry Post read, whoever kills Georgia Tennant immediately will receive a reward from me. Okay, well, what's the reward? I can't imagine it's good enough. Second image shows Georgia attempting to report a thing from post being promptly denied by Facebook. The social media told her platform said the post did not violate the community standards. And Georgia added, I've been sent this by a friend out of curiosity. What will constitute a community standards? Look, we say you got to understand that you're liberal, so everything's okay. Ad removed. Can we see this on Instagram? But why do they want her dead? I don't like why do they want what were they saying? Killed you? I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I'm so sorry you had to deal with it. Again, why do they say? What did you do, Georgia, to make people want to kill you? I mean, I think it's a fair question, don't you? I think so. Like, what did you do? So there's no screen grab or anything there. All right. Well, thank you for that. That's a weird story. For that one, who cares? And his play only got 3 out of 5 with the Express as well. Blimey, the Guardian Express agree. So, shooting at where Edward Blumel's ferocious fight and flirt as Marlowe and Shakespeare in the European premiere of Born with Oh, God. Everything is gay. Everything is gay. Former Doctor Who shown around teaser when the show might return. It was going nowhere. Stephen Moffat said, he's basically saying the decision won't be made till after the spin-off. Again, look, you heard it here first. That they're aiming for Christmas 2026 for New Doctor Who, which means there's got to be production getting underway pretty darn soon, right? Yeah. I mean, I think that's what that means. And meanwhile, more Jodie Whittaker. Oh. I was just going to read this. What's it? Okay, now I just saw Face of Evil, which is literally my favorite Doctor Who story. How are they comparing this to Face of Evil? The second Big Finish audio drama featuring Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill in their proper season of Doctor Who is now up for pre-order. Again, why don't they just use the original script for their Christmas special that they had to shelve? That Kibnall had written. Right? Maybe just answer my own question. The one is proper land on an alien planet, hilarity-infused adventure. Though it also tackles the long-running question, does the hero always leave things better? Well, not Jodie. She's a fucking disaster wherever she went. Right? She is literally a disaster. What are we up to? Does it always make things better, save the day, or do they leave a mess in the wake? Jodie always leaves a mess in the wake, right? I wrote quite a good story. I think I put it on YouTube. Oh, what was it called again? I can find it. Let me see if I go and look up my content. Go over here. Story, maybe? So there's 30 things with story in the title. No. Oh. No. Oh, what the hell's the name of that thing? I think family. I think Family of Blood, maybe. No. I can't remember. Been too long ago. But I'm sure I put an audio version on my channel. Anyway. It was only really tackled once directly in classic story Face of Evil. That was a minor thing, but Face of Evil was brilliant. Where Doctor Who, then Tom Baker shows up on a planet that they forgot they visited. He forgot he visited, right? Before they solved the problem. Only to find out he left a mess behind that grew into major crisis. Yeah, I mean, very interesting story though. How he ended up making a psychopathic computer by mistake. So writer Roy Thomas Howe says, as a lifelong fan, it's been such a thrill to write for the Doctor herself. Okay, well, you weren't a lifelong fan. Okay, who cares? But how is this up for pre-order now? It should be... Hang on a second. Big Finish. Doink. Isn't it? Doesn't come out this month? Right. I'm still pretty sure I'm going to get that. Other than that, Master, no. Here, let's go to Doink. We'll go this way. We'll go to 01. Now we finished. Let's do 12. Yeah, we'll start at 12/2020. Right, that's where I left my deep dive review of Big Finish off. Doink. That's it. We go there. Because we really this is fascinating. This is how you see an entire company slip into mediocrity, right? Plug the Pimpernel, and the main range. What a disaster, right? What a disaster. Time Lord Victorious, what a disaster. Genetic of the Time Lord, what a boring shit, unbelievable. Okay, Robots 3, what a disaster. And you see, look, I bought it. Me. Short Trips. Who read that? I wonder who was reading that one there. It was the David Tennant one. Written by Robert Napton, before Nev McIntosh. Fair. Short Tips Free Speech. Okay. I wonder who read that one. Was this Nev McIntosh as well? Jacob Dudman. Okay, well that's probably why I bought it. Oh, it's a free one, maybe. Doink. Okay, yeah. So we're in the doldrums right now. Right, we're really majorly in the doldrums. So this is the beginning of a new Fourth Doctor range of World Traders, and I remember it being quite dull. Really, not nothing I can remember anything about it. I think we'll have the individual stories. Okay, but again, I'm really happy to be able to say this. There's actually a good release here. Right, this is an excellent release. Bloody hell, $67. It's very overpriced, right? But this is fabulous. There's two good things. Masterful, which it's essentially the 5 Doctors with the Master, but it doesn't really work because they just end up trying to kill each other almost instantly. But they also got Terror the Master, which is fantastic. Still 67. Again, standard edition 26. It's okay, I guess. I just think a lot of their stuff is overpriced. So I was out of Torchwood by then. Colony of Fear was another turgid 6 Doctor adventure, and Miranda Raison as what's her name? Look it up. Miranda Raison as constants, right? She was starting to great, and the stories were really kind of going nowhere. And again, much of the whole main range was just floundering and doing shit. So fine. So we got the two new Fourth Doctor Rangers. We got Night the Comet. I remember that because it had Dan Colcher in there. And it was kind of like what's that movie? Not The Day the Earth Stood Still. They're a movie when they're making a rocket ship to get survivors off Earth before some catastrophe hits. So that's essentially the story. And the World Traders, I remember being somewhat comedic, right? It was like a riff on the city investments, but I really remember nothing of it, right? But I don't remember anything unifying everything together. I was out of the Diary of River Song by then, and it was like everything. This range was kind of built on gimmicks, right? And it just stayed being gimmicks. So they have K9s, Mechanoids, Leela. Oh no, not Leela, John Leeson, my mistake. Right, lots of whatever. It just look. There's a reason this range it ended, right? It's over because it had run out of steam. $40 they charged for that. Again, I find that incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. Now, one of the great tragedies. I will get to it in a minute. Space 1999, Gallifrey Time War. I was well out Gallifrey by then. At this point, they've like relegated it to new writers, right? Generally speaking, and not very interesting writers at that. Lou Morgan, David Llewellyn, Matt Fitton, and Lisa McMillan. But I got the first volume of this, and it kind of went nowhere, right? And this was the first time I stopped being a completist, right? The main range was just on its arse. The Blazing Out. That was shit. Fifth Doctor story, completely nondescript, completely missable, absolute shit. 70-45, money that you'll never see again. Fourth Doctor, The Tribulation of Thaddeus Nook was a vaguely comical story about time-traveling rogue. And the Primeval Design was, again, all these are very missable stories. Right, they're not like, the idea that I'm saying that about Tom Baker stories is crazy, right? Like, I will say they're reasonably unmissable. Here was it? Earliest first, sort by oldest first. Right, yeah, okay. They were certainly unmissable around here. It's around here that that it started to wane. Right? It was around here. They came okay, and like you can tell the range running out of steam. Right? And it really is. It's like, okay, this was actually good. But that wasn't. You had what's the name? What's the name? Lee Kelso. You had one season that was good, but it just ran out of steam. And honestly, by this point, it was a range hunting for a direction. And the fact that like Tom Baker couldn't float it on his own. Well, he did float it because I actually bought it. Right? Couldn't float it on his own. It is a testament of how weak they were. Right? And they were very, very, very weak. Right? Something that wasn't weak, something that was actually fantastic. Space 1999. This is actually excellent, the first one. So they did a 3-disc pilot, right? Adaptation of Breakaway, which was fantastic, right? This was great. It was so in keeping with Space 99. It really had that vibe, right? I think they pissed it away on the next release where they made a very thin Brexit analogy. Right? Yeah, do we have a video of it? Let me hear. Yeah, we just play. Again, awesome. Now, there we go. Doink. Here we go. Play trailer. And because the soundscape was right, and there were a little bit too many lesbians in it, right? Other than that, and also the woman who played Dr. Helena Russell was just screaming all the time, right? At the time for some no apparent reason.
Reacquaint with the charming Mr. Raskin.
That's not the trailer for Space 1999. That was, but that's probably a future release they got coming up. Where is it? There you go, Space 1999. We'll try that. What year were you in? 2020 is 2021, right? Okay, I took this up, and this trailer's like, come on.
Moonbase Alpha? Moonbase Alpha, are you there?
Okay, this trailer in Parker. Wow, I forgot how good this was. I'm so mad they pissed away this whole series, but it just was stupid wokery. But Bono was great in it. It really is a tragedy. Honestly, now you would do that with AI. I'm sorry. So yeah, again, a really, really good release. What are the stories on it? Stories were, where is it? Siren Call, Death of Domain, and Goldock. So yeah, there were they did one like remake adaptation, and then one or two remake adaptations, and one or two new stories. Yes, it's just okay. I can't say how tragic it is because it was great, right? This was a really good. It was 2686. It's not bad at all, right? March finally. Oh, thank God, the main reign comes to an end, right? Lucifer, the final. No, this is the second book in Paul Darrow's sequel trilogy to Blake Seven, read by Stephen Grief. Not bad. It's not bad. Stranded 2. Fuck off. All right. Again, this was the last one I got. And you see how gimmicky they're selling it right now. You got John Coltrane as a brigadier in it, Tom Baker as the curator, Rebecca Root as a girl, who's fucking Liv Schenker. Right, and it's set during 2020. They really should have done more COVID stuff, right? The end of the beginning. Oh God, thank God, that was a nightmare. The main range, right? This was supposed to be a capstone to the that mirrored the first one, but the Sirens of Time, they had just fallen off the edge by that point, right? Then the Lost Stories returned, and I really regret they lost the cover format for them. That they had a much better identity then. Yeah, 1 second, I'll show you. Lost Stories. Right, so now they got kind of like very samey, kind of dull covers, but they had this incredible look beforehand, right, where you could always spot them, and they felt different, right? And now they're just like dull. Dull as anything. So this is not good. This is not good at all. The Return of the Cybermen. This is essentially the Revenge of the Cybermen without Robert Holmes, right? And you know, you really want Robert Holmes. Robert Holmes knows what he's doing. Doomsday Contract. This is the best Fourth Doctor story released this year, right? That was actually a pretty darn good one. Very Douglas, Adamsy. I was going to say Adamsian, but not really. So the Master series, they're very forgettable, but I like hearing Eric Roberts' take on the Master, right? And they always hook her up with Chase Marston, I think, because they both live in LA. I can't remember anything about this at all, right? Other than Eric Roberts in it, who I like his Master. Dalek Universe, we're going to have words about. The Lone Centurion, I didn't bite on this one. Again, it seemed like, very peripheral. Written by, Jeffrey Reener's good, right, David, but Sarah Ward, I don't know. And I was never that really into the I liked Matt Smith's Doctor. I wasn't so attached to the, his family. So this is one of the most annoying things they've ever done, Big Finish, right? Firstly, the Dalek Universe had a prequel called Dalek Protocol, which I don't remember the details of, but I don't remember it being bad, right? I don't remember it being bad at all. But the basic idea was it was a 9-part David Tennant season with the most incredible trailer. Let me grab the trailer. The trailer is breathtaking, right? And boy, did they not deliver on that trailer. Where'd it go? Come back here. They epically don't deliver on it. Don't download. Here it comes. But yeah, it was basically a 10-part David Tennant, 9-part David Tennant season set in the Dalek Wars in an updated TV 21 kind of setting. Like such an exciting idea. And again, they did the whole thing on during.
Everything ends eventually. Every story ever told finishes in death if you tell it long enough.
Mark? Wait, Mark? Mark 7?
Anomaly detected. The Daleks' greatest enemy has been.
Okay, this really makes my point for me. Daleks, yeah. Oh, TV 21 Daleks with an updated.
You can trust me. In fact, that's your only option. I'm the foremost temporal scientist of this era.
Don't thank me yet. I think we're coming down in the clearance zone. Among all those mechanoids. Brace yourselves!
I've always survived. I've always endured. However much I lose, I always carry on. To bear that burden.
Yeah, okay, that was definitely the weaker of the trailers. Let me see if we can find it over here. Dalek Universe. Because they had the announcement trailer was stunning, right? Was this it? Yeah, okay, here, let me grab this one. And again, it didn't even come close to delivering on this, right? Not even close. Oh, okay, yeah. All the time I thought, it's all looking up. It's going to be great now. It's going to be great. Yeah, but this trailer is stunning. I mean, it's just beautiful and it's stunning.
Everything ends eventually. Every story ever told finishes in death if you tell it long enough. It's sort of a fact of life.
It's been so long since I listened to that, I forgot how much they didn't deliver on this. Right? It's breathtaking how much they didn't deliver.
Got used to that now. Across time, across space, I've lost it all. Family, friends, my own people, my home. Donna. Rose.
This is everything that's good about the 10th Doctor right here.
I've always survived. I've always endured. I've always got through whatever's been thrown at me. However much I lose, I always carry on. To bear that burden. To remember them. Everything ends eventually. But sometimes, just sometimes, It comes back.
Waiting. Coming 2021. Oh, anyway. You just notice all the Daleks in there, all the Dalek. Again, I thought it'd be like kind of a David Tennant sequel to Dalek Empire. I was like, oh, I can't wait. You're gonna have the space security. So that's all gonna be awesome. And in this first box set, have a guess how many Dalek stories you got. Dalek Universe. I bet there's a lot, isn't there? Not one fucking Dalek story in this, right? So Dalek Universe 2, the second of 3 parts. Guess how many Dalek stories they have? Not a fucking one, right? They've why? Just like why'd you come up with great ideas? And then you know what? It's like that Batman movie when they said, Colin Farrell's going to be Penguin. Like, do you like the Penguin? Fuck me, yeah, I love the Penguin. Penguin's awesome. Do you like Colin Farrell? Oh man, I love Colin Farrell. Well, fuck you. The Penguin we're going to show is going to look nothing like Colin Farrell and nothing like the Penguin. You're not getting anything, right? So, yeah, that was the era of woke, right? That was the era of woke. Anyway, sometimes to be able to process this deep pain that we've all been through, you need a Gestalt entity. I like to reach higher. That has got me in trouble several times, Your Honor. Right, I do like to reach higher. Don't do that in certain bathrooms, especially in Houston. Right, I like to reach higher, reach to a higher quality in person. I go for royalty. Best I can find is Birmingham royalty. Birmingham's king of the geeks. How you think?
Hello, mate. Too much bullshit, not enough time. Same as ever. Right?
Exactly. It seems the story for all. Did you listen to Dalek Universe?
I just came in the tail end of your piece there, your bit, and I didn't. I was excited about this too, largely based on that trailer, which I'd forgotten all about.
Was awesome.
And you steamed right in there and started listening to them all. And I remember getting a succession of voice messages from you saying, "Where are the fucking Daleks?
Where are the Daleks? I mean, really?" Like if you have Dalek in the Dalek, you better fucking have Dalek in the box set. Oh,
the pain has clearly lingered within.
It really has. It really genuinely has. Then we had Time Lord Victorious going on, which was shite.
Yeah.
Oh, again, another massive disappointment. Fifth Doctor Adventures with David Bradley had gone off the boil. I wasn't listening to the...
it's not as if we expect all of this stuff to cater to us individually.
No, but none of it does. This is where I'm up to. Fine. Let me finish 2021 releases, right? Because I've been trying to do...
Is that how long ago this was?
Yeah. I've been trying to do a 10-year review of Big Finish. I did the first one. It took me about 2 hours to do 2015 to 2020. Right, but it's amazing because you see in real time the slide in quality and wokeness, like how it all happens at the same moment, right? Not everything is bad instantly, but like the standout releases really just are few and far between, right? Okay, so now they did something good. This Ravagers. Did you get this one?
Oh, I thought that was fantastic. I got the first. Yeah.
So
I bought all of those.
Yeah, no, I was very happy with this one, but it's been the only good Ninth Doctor, really good Ninth Doctor release thus far. Right? It's
once they lost Nick Briggs as its sort of guiding light, then they went off the rails with it.
Absolutely, and you do see that. So this is one's. It's a 3-part story written by Nick Briggs, and it really works. Right, it brings the Doctor back. And actually, they also got this. This was excellent. The Third Doctor Adventures are okay. If the Doctor's dead, or not around, the release will probably be good. Right? That's the rule with doing Big Finish. Again, these just went from strength to strength to strength. I kind of recommend all of them. They're all. If you like the Third Doctor,
I haven't heard them all, but I'm sure I've probably heard 7, 8 of them, and I've enjoyed every single one.
Yeah. They rarely get it done.
You know me, I'm not a Pertwee guy at all. That era, it's not my thing really, but I do enjoy them.
although I have to say the best River song release is when she's fills in for Pertwee in the 70s unit. Right, that was actually I didn't think it'll be good. Another great idea, totally wasted opportunity. Avalon, right? Avalon is a blank slate. You could have done anything with, right? This could have been the Blake 7 Andor, right? And it was just 3 bland stories threaded together with celebrity cameos, right? They should have.
We spoke about this a few weeks ago. I'd forgotten how much I'd enjoyed this, and I thought the premise was ideal.
Good. The execution was very poor, I thought. All right, it was, which is fair. They're good writers. There was no. There should have been a backbone thread story going through it, but there wasn't. There were 3 individual stories, and also it was the theme music were trying to do 80s, and it just wasn't very good. These Thunderbirds releases I thought were crap. They're from children's books. They had the narrator.
I'm aware that the Thunderbirds fans, the Andersons, the Fanderson fans, they loved those. I'm not a big Jerry Anderson guy.
Oh, really?
But I'm aware, with the people I know who are like steeped in Anderson, they love all the Big Finish stuff. So they seem to be pleasing them. But I think they're quite. They stick to sort of. They
very
stick to
established things that are established in Canada.
They don't introduce any trans puppets.
No. That'll be the kiss there. Actually, I have to tell you, 2021 right now is being a good year for Big Finish. There's a number of good. There's been a lot not good releases. Not least is this the War Doctor Rises. We'll get to that in a second. Out of Time 2. It was these are disposable, right? They're David Tennant with another Doctor because it's lockdown and he doesn't have any work. Right?
They should have carried on. They should have carried on making those. I don't know why they stopped at 3. They were a lot of fun. They were, the kind of thing you could play to anybody.
The annoying thing was they should have been 2 disc releases, especially the Tom Baker one. That was my biggest complaint. It was just over too quickly. The Robots is you can see I stopped buying it by this point, by the 4th one. Look, it's essentially a couple of frumpy old women with robots in space. Right, this one we had a couple of cameos, but the Caldor City is so much better. If you want to explore like robots, it's so much better. It's got Paul Darrow in it. It's just fantastic, right? First Action Bureau Series 1, I think the only series this is like they put out for free on YouTube, and now they try to sell it. Avalon, again, it very much built on. There wasn't an idea behind it. Right? There was a good idea, but there wasn't a story they were building. Right? This needs like a Game of Thrones, unified story. At least
they should have worked with that for a bit longer. Stuck with it, gave it 2 or 3 runs. And let word of mouth sort of grow about it.
But the trouble is, it wouldn't grow because it was shit. It was just bland, which is sad because there's some of the releases in this range I quite like, but this one not. Okay, this is excellent. Jonathan Carley as the Ward is fantastic. I wish that they would just cosplay him a little bit and put him on the covers. Right? I mean, you see Jonathan Gunn. He could easily pull off a young John Hurt. Right? Just cosplay. Put him on do the hair. Cosplay him. It's fine. We'll go with it. Right? And they would sell more. Talk to people killing in Middlesbrough. This is a thing I bought and I regretted. This was after... Who was it? Trevor. Who was it?
Trevor Baxter and Christopher. Yeah. Trevor Baxter passed away first, didn't he?
Right. So the Jagon Lightfoot was well past its sell-by date at this point, but they ended Series 13 on a cliffhanger, and then I was like, well, let's see how they finish it. So this is 4 audio books, and again, that makes it like 8 discs. It's too much to listen to, and I wasn't that engaged anyway. And then one of your favorites, Box of Delights. Did you ever get this?
No, and I always meant to, because as I remember, it was adapted by who adapted it now? Who is it? Because I had a communication with them, about doing an interview, and I can't remember. Was it Barnaby Edwards? Somebody like that?
Additional dialogue by Barnaby Edwards.
Yeah.
Who's the writer? Who they have down as writer for it? Written by John Mansell, adapted by Christopher William Hill. Never heard of him.
Yeah, so I did speak briefly to Barnaby Edwards about this,
Right.
and but he was but we never got together in the end. We never spoke about it, and I never ordered it. Consequentially, though, in the time in between, I've not heard anybody say, "Oh, what you really should do is listen to the Big Finish Box of Delights."
No one's mentioned it ever. Right, and this is another thing that had a great trailer. Here, let me pull that up.
I'm sure it's great because they did put good people on it, and Derek Jacobi, what a terrific choice to play Cole Hawlings. But if I've got, I only ever watch Box of Delights once a year, and so if I'm going to do that, sometimes I skip a year. So if I'm going to watch it, I'm going to just watch.
Right, it's so Christmassy as well. It's so Christmassy. Yeah, let's have a quick look at their
If
trailer.
David Yates ever made that film he was promising to make, I'd watch that. Obviously,
Yeah.
but-
Oh, he's perfect to do it, David Yates.
Yeah.
Right, he's the right person.
Excuse me, is this the
You can see there was more money in the economy then, right? Look at these trailers; they're gorgeous.
Hereford train?
That's right, young sir. All stations to Hereford. Here, allow me. Oh, corks, that's a heavy trunk. Oh.
And I like the music; is very reminiscent of the BBC version.
Well, that's the problem. It's the same music, and so when you because you hear the music from the TV one, you think, oh, because it's been done for radio before. It was done by BBC radio in the late 60s and 70s, but of course that didn't use the TV music. It sounds and feels very different. So why do this for audio and use the same music as a TV one? It's just going to make people want to go and watch the TV one. I don't understand that.
Because again, we talked about it again. Rabbi, leave Big Finish Jerry Anderson out of this as they're actually good, unlike the Doctor Who. Well, I think here's the trouble with Big Finish: the more confident they have they're going to sell a release, the more woke it gets. Right? And it really is. The more scared they are, the more it's just story. We'll watch on a minute of this, and we'll move on.
Home for the holidays, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Here we are, sir. Hop aboard and I'll pass it up to you. Far to go?
All the way to...
Like, this is the sort of thing that will be done with AI now, right? I mean, it's just, it'll be crazy not to do it with AI.
To Muswell Junction on this one. And then I change for Conduit.
Conduit?
Okay, I'm bored. Now, give me some Derek Jacobi or some box or something.
Yeah, you need to hear Derek Jacobi like right
It's
away.
great. $53 that is. Are you crazy? Skirt on the Side Man, I remember that being quite good. One of the first audio, but again, they're just too bloody long. Right? How many discs were these? Simon Goria, having was it John Colshaw read this, didn't it? Yeah, John Colshaw's great at these. 480 minutes. It's too long. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Okay, I'm up to 5 hours already. 7 hours? Yeah, no. The 3 discs. That's your sweet spot. Lady Christina, I skipped. Cicero again. I bought. By that point, I was like, "I'll leave me alone." Big Finish. More Dalek Universe. Now there are Daleks on the cover this time, so you think, "Oh fuck me, we're getting Daleks." Here they come. Here come they're fake Daleks, and they're obviously fake Daleks. I want to hear some Daleks do Dalek-y shit. You've got to put $40 bloody out my pocket. Give me some fucking Daleks. Cocksuckers. I mean, really?
Inexplicable, isn't it?
It
to
really
have something that big with David Tennant as well. You shouldn't. You don't need to sell it. You didn't at the time. David Tennant was huge then and hadn't soiled himself culturally. I mean, so I think every fan really was a mark for that, and they managed to louse it up. I feel, I have enjoyed Big Finish stuff in the last few years, but it has been slimmer pickings than originally for a long time.
That's actually what I say. 2021. Much better than 2020. Sherlock Holmes, I can't remember this one, but I generally like that range. This was the movie written by Jerry Anderson, to rival Star Wars. Again, I didn't buy it, but Again, has anybody ever spoken about it ever again? No. What's this one? This was a book on tape. All right. After Dark. That was it? So yeah, this is where we're up to August. This is where the Master Range really, I think, stopped working. Right? It was a very dark horror story where you had real nasty horror, cruel stuff happening to Joe Grant and Nissa, right? And you're like, I'm not up for any of these. This is not fun, right? It was just kind of dark and nasty, which is a shame. They were re-released the Big Finish Classic series. That was pretty good. This one is the most skippable of the first season of the Ninth Doctor. It's okay. I mean, these are 4 okay kind of throwaway stories. Let me see. After Daleks, I did hear that one. It was very similar to because they're being topical, right? What's the blurb? The Dalek invasion Earth is over, but there's so much to do. Susan is trying to rebuild society best he can, but some people don't see it as a chance to restore something that's lost. Some people saw it as a time to claim power for themselves. Yeah, this was a very Trumpian parallel. This populist con man has a Dalek that gives him power. Secrets of the Debt Sen is the a prelude to what's it called again? Abominable Snowman. And again, not very. Who wrote this? Longfall Needless is excellent, but this was before that. Was she being Dodo then? I think so. But who wrote this? Andy Franklin Allen. He didn't do a great job, sadly. Right, sadly. Again, another thing that you can skip as well. This is the Philip Hinchcliffe Presents. These are ideas or stories he might want to do at some point, and they kind of, again, it's the law of diminishing returns. So I remember being confusing and not very good. Everyone liked the Stingray stuff, by the way. I think you are right about the Jerry Anderson thing. The only time they really screwed themselves the Jerry Anderson range is Space 1999, which was just tragic, absolutely tragic.
Are they still making those? Because they were forced, they were proper behind it for a time.
They blew it up. They literally blew it up with their second the third release, which was a thin Brexit analogy. It was very, very obnoxious. And they tried to pull it back for the next one, but people just weren't buying anymore. They rushed everybody off. So this was a very disappointing one as well. The 11 going up against the Sixth Doctor. I think I didn't get this because it turned out the Sixth Doctor was only going to be in one episode or something like that, which is like they do all the time as well, right? They don't promise something and not deliver it. They had to finish off the arcs from the main range in this one, his Fifth Doctor release. And again, whenever they can't have a title for the box set, you know it's a weak box set, which this is. Jake Dubman does the 11th Doctor. I think it's pretty good. Missy completely fell off the what's the word? I don't know. Just went woke with the atrocious, the absolutely atrocious meddling nun, the female regeneration of the meddling monk, played by somebody who wasn't
that woman out of Game of Thrones, the one with the funny face.
You're right. Oh, what's the bloody name? The one with the funny. That should just be a name. Gemma Whelan. So do you remember there was a rumor that she'd been cast in Doctor Who for about 6 months before this? People were speculating that she was going to be the new Doctor or something like that. That was a big thing. I remember that, Gemma Whelan. So it was this that she was cast in. And here's the thing: meddling monk, you need a comedian, a comic actor to be able to play him, right? Peter Buttersworth, was it Graham Garden and Rufus Hound? Oh, I think pretty darn good casting. They Gemma Whelan's not a comedian. You need somebody who can do comedy, who could do stand up more specifically.
Maybe.
And so she was just awful in the role, right? Absolutely awful. With the insanity of Michelle Gomez bouncing off Rufus Hound, that was good. It just absolutely derailed the that range very, very sadly. So this is the one where the Blake 7 range did the best. It's the Clone Mark. Did you hear this one?
Yes, I did.
So yeah, this is one where they addressed the changing Tarrant. Or what was the reason that Tarrant was a different actor in season 2? I can't remember what they said it was. He'd been reconditioned or something. What was it?
Something along those lines.
Right. So it's like I think it's the second, not Tarrant, Travis. The second Travis makes a clone of the first Travis, maybe, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It basically brings Stephen Grief Travis back into the Blake 7 timeline. And again, the clone. This was all I think very effective. I like how they went into that society. Who wrote this? They did a good job.
Because the original television series had there was a degree of sort of doppelgangers and cloning, and sort of, there was a lot of sort of biological stuff. Do you remember that episode where Servalan has all those embryos or something like that? She has her eggs sort of on ice. So there's lots of stories like that.
That sounds like a Star Cops to me. Yeah, but again, but the Clone Masters was definitely going in the right direction. It's just a shame that this range also didn't develop because look, the only real choice they have for Blake 7 is either a reboot or a sequel series at this point because everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. I think
we said this a few weeks ago. I think the Blake 7 is probably something that the book should be closed on for a good while. Because it's not a Doctor Who. It's not this broad, malleable mythos, or even a cultural institution in the same way. It's a show that was on telly for 3 or 4 years and was pretty good and was along at the right time. And that's that. It came and went, and that was that. And the people who are there still love it, which is fine. But it can't be turned into a sprawling saga. It could have been expanded sensitively. And they tried. And I like the fact that they tried several different things as sort of pilot things. But it's very evident that people didn't want it. And so sometimes you just got to accept that you tried, and that's that.
It was. I think the way they should have gone is set it like 100 years later, and have a parallel to the first episode, the way back where you have prisoners find a liberator, but on the liberator is anybody who's still alive. For some reason, and then they work it out. Who's still alive from Blake 7? The Sally Givner and
Jan Chappell, Glynis Barber, and Stephen Pacey are all still with us.
So they're all in suspended animation for some reason, right? And then work it out from there. Right.
Because most of them don't sound anything like they used to, and I don't know. I think they should leave it a few years, maybe until what anniversary when Blake 7 comes up for it'll be 50th anniversary, won't it? In a few years' time, maybe do a one-off with a complete recast, tell an original story set somewhere probably in season B, in series B. And just tell an original story, like a feature-length thing, with all new actors in those roles, and just see if people like it.
Kind of exactly what they did with Space 1999, right? All new actors.
Maybe, but I think with Space 1999, they restarted the entire continuity, didn't they? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
you say
the old continuity, even with a new cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why change it? Why bother? I just fold something into the history of the show with a bunch of people who can capture those characters well enough, but be good actors in the same way that Tim has with the Third Doctor and Stephen with the first, and just adopt the same principle.
Near impossible to replace her. That is such a distinctive voice. Or maybe, who knows?
Well, they've all got distinctive voices, but I think if you gave them a strong enough script, and if the sound design was really sort of tight and evoked that era, I think people would be receptive to it with the passage of time. I think there's a window.
The passage of time is the number one thing. So now these are a bunch of re-releases. I did a book on tape with a Mega Factor. Robin Hood. I can't remember. Do you remember the Jonas Armstrong series?
Loved that series.
It was a lot of fun, but I'm surprised
my kids were nuts about it. Well, I don't think Big Finish actually were the people who initially made these. I think they were made by another company, and they may have snapped them up. I didn't know the story behind it, but I can't remember it.
I didn't know Jonas Armstrong was there. Last time I saw Jonas Armstrong was in the Tom Cruise movie.
Edge of Tomorrow, wasn't it?
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
My son recently worked with Sam Troughton, the guy on the right. Said he was cool.
Yeah, that's nice. There you go. Dalek Universe 3, finally. The Daleks show up, but it's the 80s Daleks. You know, you don't get any of the 60s Daleks they promised you, but finally the Daleks showed up. When you thought the Dalek ship shows up at the end of Dalek Universe 2, and it says, "Hello, sweetie," it was a River Song ship. I was like, can we just have Daleks do Dalek-y shit? Is that so much to ask? The Doctor Range Conspiracy in Space was excellent. I do remember that one. And then, this was another good release, right? Again, if the Doctor's dead, it's probably good. Oh yeah, and this was the my favorite one of the River Song ones, which is, I think it's probably the best River Song one actually, where she has to be in 1970s unit, and they have one story with Tim Trelaw. But she's the one who brings the TARDIS console out of the car. There's a lot of stuff. It's really good, right? I really recommend this one.
You've mentioned this a time or two. I've never heard that one, though.
Although I wouldn't recommend it $40 much. All these should be $9.99. For goodness sake.
Now, after like 6 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah. Dark Season went nowhere. Time Jacked. Oh, that's the second Jake Dudman 12th Doctor, and I was out by then.
He was terrible as the 12th Doctor. Yeah. Terrible.
I am looking forward to the John Coltrane one, but not the ones they have coming out first. Like, they got to do a good box set with him, right? Which has a good. I would do a mini season, right? By the way, I saw that Georgia Tennant, one of my earliest stories, Georgia Tennant was getting death threats on Twitter or something on Instagram. I was like, for what? I mean, for being an irritating cunt. Really? Who are they from? David Tennant? I don't know. Dark Season. Okay, that was after my time. I was too old to watch it by the time it was on. Doctor's Daughter still running. Again, $40 for that. No one's paying $40 for Jenny the Doctor's Daughter Series 2 still running. Right. I mean, really?
Oh, just imagine listening to her for 3 or 4 hours whittering on.
Oh God, yeah. Listen, as I've often said,
I tell you what, I bet if you look at David Tennant's sort of holiday snaps and stuff, I bet when you look and he's there sat in the garden with her, it looks like they're a picture of togetherness. Look closely; those two little white earbuds are always in. Bet they are.
Oh yes,
cranked volume right up all the fucking time, mate.
Keep him controlled. That sounds like the way to go. They tried to reboot Unit, and this was quite a valiant attempt, but again, look, Gemma Redgrave is not a great. She's not great.
Well, when she's on television, what's the very worst thing about Gemma Redgrave's performance?
It's dull and low key.
I'd say it's her voice.
Yes.
Put her on audio.
Yes. Yes. You're absolutely right. Okay, so this had one excellent story in it. I don't think it justifies $40, but the Sideman story in it is freaking awesome. And 2 okay stories. But the Sideman story in this is fantastic. Survivors, they rebooted, and I think it died a death. Like, no one's interested.
Well, they had a great success with that initially. If you remember, they ran it for about 6 or 7 years, and people loved it. And then the rights expired, and they decided that they'd, kind of like when they did Gallifrey originally, they decided the story was told, and so they left it alone. And then they went and tried to bring it back a few years later, and it evidently didn't succeed because no one liked it.
It's the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah,
Stranded
things like
3.
Got a window. Things like that have got a window. And you've got to kind of live with the fact that sooner or later that window closes. You know how much I love Blake 7, but the window has closed on Blake 7. Not forever, but for now it has, and you have to accept that.
If there's a good reboot of it, I mean that would revitalize it. But that's
years away.
I mean, that's the only choice. I mean, I'm surprised that hasn't been. Frankly, I mean, like, big budget.
There've been several junctions. I mean, initially when Terry Nation was still alive and he had a script, he had a take. That was one window. And then there was a time, say 15 years later, probably around the time Doctor Who came back and was successful, where you could have remounted Blake 7, you could probably have sequeled it and done any one of a number of things, and people would have really liked it. And I think there was probably a time a few years ago as well where had a streaming channel sort of picked up the rights to it and done something sort of Galactica style with it, people would have been receptive to that. But now we don't live in those times anymore. We're midway between the woke era and whatever's coming next. So it's great, actually, that the Blake 7 window is firmly closed for the time being, because nobody can piss through it and desecrate the memory.
Yeah, I do agree. That it survived the era of woke is a good, is good thing. Doctor Who obviously did not survive the era of woke on audio or TV. Stranded Volume 3, I was so out by this point. It turned out that Liv Schenker was a lesbian who liked dick, and she found a perfect mate with Rebecca. And that's really what the story
rare breed indeed.
It really is what the story was about. They're confident they're selling this one because people like me had bought literally every 8th Doctor release. Right, this is the first one I didn't buy.
So had I.
So it was like they were still confident they could sell it on this name, and that's not the case anymore. Well, this one they weren't confident, and they did a freaking awesome job, right? This is the second War Doctor release. This is the one I think where they had a Thal spaceship that was designed by the Doctor, or is this one? No, I think maybe that was the next one. But again, this range just continually knocked it out the park. They got 3 management in for one release, I guess. And is that what's the name? Troy.
Marina Sirtis is in that. Yeah, there's several good people in it.
Okay. But again, I have no interest in this whatsoever. Decent writers, Tim Foley, Matt Fitt, and James Goss. I mean, all of them solid writers. But look, honestly, I just think the story is kind of a dull one, and it doesn't really do much for me. Right? And then the one I was really looking forward to, oh, what a disappointment, Babe and the Butcher. Right? Because Babe is one of my favorite episodes. Was it the...
Yeah, me too.
Not City on the Edge of Forever. What's it called again? It's something like that.
City on the Edge of the World.
Yes, it's City on the Edge of the World. But that is one of the greatest guest shots I've ever seen. Like, he's fantastic in that, Colin Baker. And they emancipate him a lot because we're in deep woke era, right? That's really what we're in, deep woke. Who wrote this? It was Catherine Armitage, Olivia Hopley, and Elizabeth Miles. Yeah, exactly. Not 3 of their finest, frankly. Very sadly, right? That it didn't work. But okay, Short Trips. I had no idea. I wonder who read that. Read by Jacob Duggan. Well, I'm surprised he did a Night Talks release. Fine, so that's 2021. Look, the first half of the year, pretty darn good. Second half, it falls off a cliff. Oy vey, but speaking of falling off a cliff, look at this. Like, nothing makes me want to not buy a box set. This looks awful. I mean,
Jay Griffiths is a good actress as well. I don't know. I mean, Audacity is a terrible name for a character. I don't know what they're thinking. Character.
It is. It's just awful in every way. I mean, she's so grating, like nails on a chalkboard. I can't stand
to reopen the 8th Doctor and Charlie era, which played out so beautifully across those originals, like 30 stories, however many. Felt like a TV era for the years. Mm-hmm. To reopen that after such a long period of time was daring and a mistake. I think ultimately,
not quite as big a mistake as making a hatchet-faced feminist here the focal point of the box set. She's awful. Oh, again, they've lost their mind. Right, they have lost their mind. 26.86 that I wouldn't recommend anybody spending.
I do hope Big Finish managed to make it through now that the woke stuff is being drained away.
Yeah, but not for them. They're like you're gonna see like nail marks on the reality as they beg woke not to go away. Right, they are drunk of the Kool-Aid.
Well, they record so much in advance that I think we're still going to get it in the mix for quite a few years.
Oh yeah, but we're still. I mean, like Here's the thing, though. Things like South Park, which is just super woke now, where they're like weird, they just seem silly. They just seem stupid at this one. And in terms of like buying Big Finish, I used to love it. I've still got 2 box sets I haven't finished listening to. Like the 6 Doctor box set from about 4 or 5 months ago, right? I haven't even started on that. And the Stephen
Gal Pals one.
Yeah, which is like, right? I have no real interest. However, Audible's got a bunch of stuff coming up, which they got a Harry Potter remake coming out, which I think yeah, there's a lot coming out on Audible, which they got the 2000 AD adaptations, which are excellent, right? I'm really like, I think Big Finish time might be done, right? I think what really needs to happen is Audible needs to buy them for their catalog, and I think that's the way it should go. But yeah, Big Finish. Anyway, 2021 wasn't a bad year. I'm impressed. That's why I had optimism that woke was over. Right? I really said, oh, yeah, no, it's nearly over. Oh, yeah. No, went on forever. Are you on tonight?
We are on indeed. In fact, where are we? I'll show you we're on. Where are we? Yes, we are on from 8 o'clock as ever, myself and a selection of Type 40's bestest and brightest for our 250th edition of the live stream. Yeah. Spotted, Type 40 Live, spotted. And come and dive in with us as we make our way through the week.
Stephen Moffat's been doing a lot of talking of late.
He hasn't been doing a lot of talking, but the fact is he has been talking when nobody else has. So I think that's sort of partially notable.
I'm quite into his new show, the what's it called again? The number 10 show.
Yeah. I mean, they've only just commissioned it, so I think it's some way off until it's on air.
Shot it already. I thought he was.
No. It's only just been commissioned, but I think the turnaround will be quite quick because it's a topical comedy news show in the same way that Drop the Dead Donkey was. So right. I think the idea would be obviously he'll only be able to write so much of it in advance. The rest will be written in the week, and whether he'll have a team of writers with him. A writer's room kind of thing, the way that Guy Jenkin and Andy Hamilton did when they wrote Drop the Dead Donkey, I don't know. But I would have every faith in Stephen Moffat to actually pull something like that off. I think it could be quite good.
I really haven't seen much of his post-Doctor Who stuff. There's another one with Hugh Bonneville. What's the name of that show? I really got to check
Douglas
that out.
has cancelled on ITV. Yeah. His Time Traveler's Wife show was supposed to be fantastic, but nobody watched it. And
right.
there was another one.
That really put me off that. I can't remember what it was. Hey, by the way, speaking of being put off a show, nothing will make me not want to watch a show than seeing this article. Let's pull it up. Rusty Davis' astonishing new drama converts all-star cast. Yeah, please, Alan Cummings. Like, dude, he was went on a weirdo bender recently about how trans people are just being oppressed.
He's just a great big twat. I'm not going to watch this.
But it's twats multiplying by twats, right? How much twattery can you possibly have?
Yeah, the days of me watching everything that Russell T Davies ever puts on screen are long fucking gone. It's like his best days as a writer are long behind him. So I think I'll just take my leave now of everything else that he does, and just remember the fact that he used to be absolutely brilliant, and and rewatch all of his vintage stuff when I feel minded to. We are when it comes to sort of looking at the work of Doctor Who sort of luminaries outside of Doctor Who, that's partly sort of what we're talking about on this edition of Type 40 Live later on, as well as having a big old catch up with the panel. So yeah, come and join us by all means from 8 p.m.
Okay, is there a David Tennant story going to be covering, or is he just on the
sort of
for what?
Sort of, yeah. Oh, Tennant is a predominant aspect of the main discussion. Yeah.
Well, he always is now, isn't he? Is he going to come back? I remember looking at the story the other week. He's open to coming back? I'm saying, David, don't, mate. You're done. It's okay. We're fine.
Nobody should come back. I mean, I am starting to come around to the idea. You know, we were talking about closing windows, windows a few minutes ago. That perhaps it could be time to close the window on Doctor Who for the time being.
Oh, it certainly
regardless of the Disney deal, the pause, Bad Wolf, and all this stuff. Taking a few steps back and looking at the situation where we are, it would probably do this show the world of good if it just vanished for a while.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. It's had a bad run. Let's be fair. It hasn't had a good run. Fine. I think with that, I can't believe we only got through one more year of Big Finish. Oh, it's so. I can't believe it takes so long. I guess that's what we talk about every year. But still, that first 6 months. And also, why did they release Box of Delights in the middle of the summer? That's a November release.
Well, I suppose they anticipated a climb. Word of mouth by the time Christmas, like a popping, I want that. I want that for my Christmas stocking. Listen to it in the car to make you feel Christmassy in the run up to Christmas. And but the idea is with a release like that is that you sell it based on word of mouth. If you don't manage to capture that at the start, that kind of energy where people do recommend it to others, then you're pretty much fucked.
Wait a minute, was that when they first started announcing the Jodie era stuff that came out? I think it was. I think that really derailed Big Finish. They're still doing more of them for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Who knows on this why. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go. And I think, good, my loins are ready for your show in an hour. And I'll let you stroll
Get
up.
girded, yeah. By all means, or see whoever's free there. And
By
then
the
you
way,
on Saturday.
If Keith is on the Saturday show again, the both of us loved Alien this week, like way more than we have before.
I have a message. I've got a message from Keith. I know, but since I haven't seen Alien yet, I can't. I haven't opened a channel, so I don't know if he's free on Saturday. Obviously, he's more than welcome to come on the show, but I haven't spoken to him yet. So we shall see.
Okay, intrigue will ensue. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, with the intrigue about to ensue, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good night, good luck.